Hey there. In this video, we're going to be talking about the difference between giving up smoking and losing weight, both of them through the use of hypnosis. I think that when people think of hypnosis, a lot of people think that those are probably the two most common areas that we deal with. And they are pretty popular, but we help people with a lot of other things other than smoking and losing weight. They have some similarities, but they're very, very different as well. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 reasons why it's easier to quit smoking than it is to lose weight. The first reason it is easier to quit smoking than it is to lose weight is the fact that when we're ready to quit smoking, I say we because I guess, I used to be a smoker. I smoked for, 35, 40 years, long, long time. But my clients that come in to quit smoking are so sick to death of the whole thing. They're tired of the smell and the expense, the inconvenience, all of that. They hate it so much. And it's really easy when you hate everything about a behavior or a habit. It makes it easier to give that up. Now, compare that to weight loss. When it comes to losing weight, most people, I can't say everybody, but the majority of people, they hate the result of their poor eating habits. They hate being overweight. There's a million reasons why being overweight is not desirable. But what they don't hate is the way they got that way. They still love the food. They love the ice cream. They love the donuts and the pizza and the burgers and the fries and the onion rings and the beer and the wine and yada, yada, yada. So that's a huge difference right there. Is that it's easier to quit smoking because we hate everything about it. But weight loss, we hate the consequence of the eating, but we don't hate all that stuff. If we did, we probably wouldn't be overweight in the first place. The second reason why it's easier to quit smoking than it is to lose weight is the fact that we can live without ever having a cigarette. It's really become an unpopular thing in our culture. You can't go to a restaurant. There's no more smoking areas. In fact, people who smoke now, they're kind of shunned. They're looked at in kind of a bad light, but we don't have to smoke. And so it's easy to just go cold turkey, cut it off, say no more. It's not true with food. With weight loss, we still have to eat every single day. Can you imagine if you were trying to quit smoking, but you still had to smoke 3 times a day? And everywhere you went, there were restaurants where you could go in and they would sell you all kinds of yummy things to smoke. I guess there are places like that. They're not restaurants, but I think you get the point, is that we still have to eat. And that's what makes it hard to change the behavior, because with smoking, we're breaking an unnecessary habit. With weight loss, we still have to eat. We're not breaking the habit of eating. We're just trying to change and to modify what it is that we're eating, how often we're eating, where we're eating, etc. Lots of stuff going on. Smoking, very cut and dry. Weight loss is pretty complicated sometimes. The third reason that makes giving up the smoking habit a lot easier than weight loss is the fact that I mentioned just a moment ago, that it's just not socially acceptable anymore. Back in my day, when I was younger, I started smoking at a very young age, but you could smoke anywhere you wanted. You could smoke in a restaurant, in a theater, you could smoke in airplanes. Can you imagine that now, sitting in the airplane? It's like the row 30 and back was the smoking section. Like none of that smell went past row 30, right, to bother all the other people on the plane. But that's how it was. I remember my father in the old days smoking in the grocery store. And then when he was done, he would just put a cigarette on the floor and mash it out with his foot. And there were cigarette butts on the floor. And this was, a decent grocery store. It wasn't some, skanky kind of place. But it's not like that anymore. It's absolutely socially unacceptable to smoke cigarettes. You just don't do it anymore. People that smoke, many of my clients, they come in and they tell me that that's a huge motivator for them, is they just feel shamed, that it's such a social stigma to be a cigarette smoker. Well, weight loss, there is some social stigma in regard to being overweight or obese. But there's also this huge movement about normalizing it and accepting it and embracing it. And I am 100% behind accepting yourself as you are, but I also don't feel that normalizing obesity is a really healthy. It's just not. It's not healthy for the physical body to be overweight. So smoking is easier to give up for the fact that you just can't do it anywhere. You have to go out and stand out on the corner like a bum and smoke that cigarette. Even if it's in raining, you can't smoke in anywhere anymore, really. And a lot of people that smoke don't even smoke in their homes anymore out of respect for the other people that live there. You know, weight loss, can you imagine if there were rules up that said no obese people here? If you're going to be obese, you have to stand out on the corner. I mean, that's kind of a ridiculous comparison, but I think you get the point. You know, it's just socially unacceptable, and that makes it easier to give up the smoking habit. Looking at the fourth reason that giving up smoking can be much easier than weight loss has to do with the actual cost of hypnosis, comparing the two things. Because I can help clients quit smoking in just one session, they just pay for the cost of a smoking session. And I don't know, it's like $250 or $400. I don't remember what it is right now. But weight loss, there's so much involved in that. There's so much reprogramming that has to go around the changing of your eating habits, because that's what we're looking at. We don't even really look at weight loss. That's just sort of a consequence of changing your eating habits. That's what it's all about. And it takes a lot more sessions to reprogram yourself to have a healthy relationship with food than it does to reprogram yourself to be a natural non-smoker. So there's that right there. It just costs more to get treatment for weight loss than it does for smoking, for my business anyway. I can only speak to my business, right? The fifth reason that makes smoking much easier to quit than it is to lose weight is it's about immediate gratification. Because when I work with a smoker and they get their hypnosis recording and they listen to it for even a week or 10 days, they can look back on that week or 10 days and they can see the evidence that, you know what, I quit smoking. I'm a non-smoker. I did it. I'm successful. I don't even want to smoke. I don't even think about it. Woohoo, happy day, right? So they get that immediate gratification. I work with a weight loss client. Even if they have changed their behavior and eaten really well and exercised and everything every day for 2 weeks, they're still overweight. They don't get that immediate gratification. When you quit smoking, you can say, yep, I've been a non-smoker for 2 weeks. When you've changed your eating habits, you say, yep, I'm still overweight, but now I'm hardly eating anything that I used to eat, but I haven't lost the weight yet. It just takes longer. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It is most definitely possible and highly recommended that you do lose weight, just because it's not good for you to be overweight. So those are the 5 reasons why it's so much easier to quit smoking than it is to lose weight. And because those are the 2 most common topics that people think of when they think of hypnosis, I wanted to bring those up and kind of do a compare and contrast. Either way, if you want to quit smoking or lose weight, please give me a call. And if you're excited about this, if this has kind of changed your perspective on this whole thing, do me a favor and leave some comments below. Ask me some questions. I would love to have some dialogue with you. And subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell so you get notifications each time I put up a new video. And most importantly, I just want you to know that whether it's giving up smoking or losing weight or both, there is help available. And it's easy and it's pretty quick with hypnosis. Even though the weight loss takes longer, it takes less time with hypnosis than without it.